Hey there, friend. Welcome to the Real Mom Manual Carline Coffee Break short episode. Here is one simple idea that you can use right away to make something work just a little bit better before the next thing starts. Okay, here is the ultimate truth. If it's not in my calendar, my Google Calendar really, it doesn't exist at all. Not because I don't care, not because I'm flaky, but my brain already has enough going on. About a year and a half ago, I'd say, I realized I could no longer, unfortunately, rely on memory alone. Between, let's say, school schedules, OB appointments, therapies, combo mom brain, pregnancy brain, and planning for the new baby, and just like everyday life in general, my brain had turned into its own form of like junk drawer. I had sticky notes. I had the Notes app on my phone and the Notes app on my computer. I tried a whiteboard. All of this completely failed me. I forgot multiple things. I remember going to the doctor's on the wrong day. And that is because none of those systems talked to each other or showed up at the right moment for a reminder. So that's when I stopped treating my calendar like a place for appointments that occasionally get put in there. And I started treating it like external brain support, we'll say. So here is the change, I guess, that made everything click. I stopped putting tasks in the calendar and I started putting things as events. Tasks, at least I'm an Android person, so maybe it's different on the iPhone and I just have no clue. But tasks function differently from Google Calendar than events do. They kind of sit there silently in the background and like show up and you're like, oh man, I totally forgot about that. But it never actually like poked you. There was no notification. Nothing happened. Events show up at a time and say, hey, this matters. Don't forget about it. That difference, at least to me, is everything. So instead of remember to cancel that trial, it becomes an event on day 28 with a reminder. Instead of don't forget that school thing, it's an event with a notification that taps you on the shoulder a week before, 2 days before, and whatever, 20 minutes before because you know you need to leave. You don't need to remember it all week. You need to be reminded when it matters at specific times. So here's what this looks like in real life for me, at least. Every day at 3:15, an event notification pops up, eye patch time. My daughter has astigmatism and needs daily patching for a few months here. So I am telling you, without this reminder popping up on my phone, it would fall through the cracks. And it's not because I don't want my daughter's eyes to get better. I had to go through this as a child myself. It is because by the time she gets picked up from school, we come home, we do homework, we do all kinds of stuff, and then it's time for bed. And she actually needs it for 2 hours. So that 2 hours is gone then, and it's bedtime. So it's not because, again, it would be unimportant, but it's because life is full. Subscription trials are another big one, and that can probably help you out a lot. I'll add reminders on day 28, 29, so I don't actually accidentally start funding this person's like app empire on day 30. For bigger things, I stack reminders like I hired an assistant 10 days before, 2 days before, the morning of. Because again, I don't need to think about it constantly. I just need to think about it and act when it's the right time. So if you want to reduce the mental load even more, you could share your calendar with your husband or at least share specific events. That's what my husband and I do usually is I will, okay, there's something happening at the school on this day and this time. I share that event with him. Does he need to know about doctor's appointments, all that kind of stuff? He knows about them. He doesn't need to know when they are or what's happening, and tell him I'm going on my way there. He's not going to meet us. He is working generally. So if you want a simple command center, also open your calendar on an old iPad. You know you've got one lying around. Put it in the kitchen. You do not need one of those fancy digital wall calendar things. Yes, they're awesome looking. No, it's just one more thing that you're going to have to focus on and deal with. You need visibility so that you don't forget. That alone can make you feel like a high functioning adult again. So the system isn't about doing more. It's about protecting that cognitive load that can get crazy. When everything has a place in a reminder, you're not constantly scanning your brain asking, what am I forgetting? And honestly, your phone already wants to run your life, and you're probably already on it. So you might as well use it to support you instead of stressing you out. No judgment. I'm in the same boat. Before you get out of your car today, if you're in the car line while you're listening, do this. Pick one thing you forget regularly, put it on your calendar as an event, add a notification, and that's it. It's one tiny shift and one less thing that has to live rent-free in your head. Thank you so much for spending your time in the car line with me today. If this helps something feel just a little bit easier, share it with a friend. And leaving a quick review helps more moms just like us find practical tips just like this. Until next time, keep it real, keep it simple, and I'll talk to you soon.